knew I need to assess his condition. He's doing better than I expected, actually. Should be back to normal with a good night's sleep. You've been a truth, my father said. Now displaying your current Porter grade. Connection confirmed. Seems to be working fine. Thanks for that. I'll have my father take a look at the cargo you brought me a little while back. But knowing him, he might vanish the moment I turn around. People have given him a nickname. The Adventurer. He takes it a bit too far sometimes, but it's not like he would stop if I asked him to. Anyway, as my way of saying thanks for tracking him down, I've shared a schematic for climbing power gloves with you. They can help you climb steep slopes and grab cargo more easily. Try them on for size. Yeah, he disappears without warning and comes back with just as little fanfare. And there are times like this where he doesn't come back. That's why I have to impose on people like you to go and rescue him. One day you'll understand, he tells me, like that's supposed to make it okay somehow. Thank you again for bringing him home. Good luck and safe travels.
You should get plenty of rest. Frostbite can be serious. We have to make sure. Another thing. Come and see me when you get back to...
Let's get a move on.
Sorry. Hey, Sam. Long time no see. It's me, your old pal, Dead Man.
Dead man.
Sorry if I gave you a scare. While Hartman is off conducting his near-death excursions, I am borrowing his body. My soul is normally confined to the beach, but for 3 minutes, I get to be here.
How's that possible?
Because he has my heart.
You're telling me that's...
My parting gift to Hartman, yes. Per his request, I bequeathed it before departing on my one-way trip to the beach. He put so much stress on his own that it had grown quite weak. If and when it failed, mine was meant to serve as insurance. But as you can see, he appears to have become rather attached to my heart. His finger never far from the proverbial on switch. Which is why I've been able to assume control of his body. Come here. It's good to see you, Sam. I told you in Mexico that someone had falsified BB-28's records. But in truth, it was yours truly. My intention was to leave no trace of a second BB-28 or of Lou. I wanted you to be free to live your lives, unburdened by the past. But then, well, everything changed, didn't it? You lost Lou, and needed answers to make sense of it all.
30 seconds remaining.
So, I decided to access the network servers from within the beach. Security isn't as strict over there as it is here, you see.
So that was you?
That's right. I am the one who dug up the information about Lou's past. Your very own Hartman was me all along.
2. Administering shock. Stand clear.
Sam? What's going on? And where are we?
Sam. Poor Hartman here is understandably confused. If you give us a moment alone, I'll explain things to him.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've apprised Hartman of the situation. It's not unlike my own experience. A soul finds itself in a puppet, and then acts as a puppeteer. One's ka can reside in any vessel to which one has a strong attachment. Human ha or inanimate object. It makes no difference.
Sam, it's Charlie. We've received an emergency distress call from the Eastern Environmental Observatory. I urge you to access the Adventurer's delivery terminal and pick up this main order immediately.
On a dark night in May 1816, 3 men and 2 women found themselves confined to a villa on the shore of Lake Geneva. A catastrophic volcanic eruption had wrought havoc on the global climate, and the relentless rain hammered down outside. With little else to do, the occupants of the villa decided to compose ghost stories. And it was on this fateful night that a woman named Mary penned what would become Frankenstein. Mary, who was only 18 years of age, had already lived a tumultuous life. She was engaged in an affair with the poet Percy Bysshe Shelley at the time, whom she would later go on to marry. A dramatic retelling of these events was committed to film prior to the Death Stranding. Titled Mary Shelley, it stars Elle Fanning in the lead role. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Let's get a move on.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Until we meet again.
To say, you're looking awfully run down. Maybe you should take a sip from your canteen. Replenish your stamina?
Facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
You actually made it here, huh? Right. Now that is in downright perfect condition. I can't believe it. Truth be told, been waiting a long time for this moment. But I always knew you'd go ahead and use your...
Now display your current order grade.
All right. Which means I can finally start fixing up, in case you... More instances of strange phenomena, you know? Should be... Oh. First... Tar current fluctuations and whatnot. Mostly in the eastern part of the continent and elevated regions. Going forward, I'll also be paying... Unfortunately... Mother Nature won't show you any mercy around these parts. The biting cold and steep slopes will... Now... But... Seems something at the Ghost Mech factory's got him all hot and bothered. Help him out and... In any case, keep...
This is the... Chiral network coverage has just passed the 75% milestone. The next leg of your journey will take you to the southern part of the continent. Once the remaining regions have been the manifestation of a new plate gate is all. Marshal your strength to overcome the final hurdles and make... We're all...
Sam, Rainey's not doing so great. It might be more of a mental than a physical issue. But do you remember the doc? We think she should be able to help. It was Tommen's idea. We already reached out, and she said we could come visit anytime. Since the Motherhood's within the Chiron network, we can use the Magellan to travel there. But if there's anything you need to take care of before we depart...
Sam, I'm contacting you via a different protocol. This private mode, it seems Drawbridge has reason to suspect that APAC may have been involved in the production of ghost mechs. This possibility concerned me as well, so I conducted my own investigation and reaffirmed that APAC's underlying technologies are iterations of an older Bridges framework. What I'm getting at, Sam, is that the guilty party is not APAC, but Bridges. Which is to say, the UCA may also have some involvement with ghost mech production. This would perhaps explain why firearms and other weapons have become commonplace on the Australian continent. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. Though Americans first took up arms to liberate themselves from British colonial rule, they retained the right to bear arms so that they might defend themselves against future government tyranny. APAC has no such designs, of course, but Higgs has used factories to obtain weapons in an attempt to subjugate the continent through... And so, the people of Australia have, in response, a distinctly American philosophy, and the more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become. This particular situation is one that I feared might... Which is precisely why I determined that it must not be the UCA, but a civilian organization which takes the lead in expanding chiral infrastructure. But if the UCA is indeed somehow implicated in... I realize it must be vexing not knowing what to believe, Sam. Should I learn more, for my part, I must insist you not disclose that we've been in direct contact. There's no telling who may be involved with what at this...
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
I'm counting on you, man.